Hello everyone, it's Alex Stop here and I'm back for another co-op video. This time we're in Malaysia and my qualifying does not go well at all. I do not get a lap together and I end up qualifying in 17th. The only real person I'm ahead except for the back markers is Sebastian Vettel, down all the way down 18th. My teammate 1 place ahead of me. Very good performance from Sir Lane. And as you can see, it says 0% rain. Now this becomes significant because you will see that the track is actually quite wet and greasy as we prepare for the start. Now I won Malaysia in Formula Xbox and TGP, so arguably you could say this is my strongest track, although I feel that China is my strongest track. So I'm hoping that I can get some points and maybe improve on 21st place that you saw me get last week. But as you can see, Sir Lane, is that Raikkonen in front of us? No, it isn't. It's McLaren. Got Alonso behind us. He must have had a grid penalty, and we're only just getting off the line. I've got a good run at Hamilton, but he's not letting me pass. My teammates had a good run, but Hamilton, I think, is trying to block him off. But here I completely outbrake myself, touch Vernon in the back, he shoots all the way up into the lead, then down in second, so I actually help him out there. I don't get a penalty, which is lucky, and I can see there's collision behind us. I don't know what's going on there, but I am up in 6th place, now it's 8th, now it's 7th, now it's 6th, now it's 5th. Position change all the time. Okay, I'm up into 5th place from 17th on the grid in 2 corners as we go into 4th place, and now I'm looking at Rosberg, who's going very slowly. I'm going to try round his outside. It works, and I'm up into the podium places in just a few corners, so things are going well at the moment. I do not know where my teammate is in the grid, but I would have thought he had made up positions too. But at the moment we're lapping something like, if we exclude the standing start, we're around 7 seconds of normal dry slick pace. So on your screen it might not look like it's wet or that we're quite slow. We're a lot slower than we would be in completely dry conditions, as you will see later on. Because unfortunately this does not carry on because there's 0% chance of rain, so it's completely dry for the rest of the race. No rain forecast, as we've got Kobayashi in the lead, which is unusual, with Button in second, Rosberg behind, and you can already see a slightly dry patches across the track. This is going to benefit me a lot, and you can see Kobayashi has dived into the pits, Button's dived into the pits, Rosberg has dived into the pits, the whole grid has dived into the pits, my teammates dived into the pits. So I'm going to shoot all the way up into 1st place, and I've taken the lead from 17th on the grid in 1 lap. And now I'm nearly a full pit stop ahead of the whole field, which is really good. And I don't know how my teammate manages this, through probably pit lane luck. He arrives in 2nd place, so Force India from 16th and 17th on the grid are now 1 and 2, with Kobayashi in 3rd. It looks like it will be a good result for Force India at the moment, but you can see the dry line has just appeared. I go out onto the wet and I instantly have very little grip, but now the dry line is really starting to widen, and I can start getting into my groove of the car. Sir Lane is going to have a hard job of keeping Kobayashi behind, who is in 3rd place, and I pound around these laps up until my pit stop, keeping gap to Sir Lane around 15/16 seconds, no more or less than that. But Kobayashi catches like 4.5 seconds to Sir Lane, which of course will hurt me later in the race, as the AIs have much better pace than we do. But we do well to have 1-2 for 7 or 6 laps of the race. And you can see all of them rushing past on my mini-map, a long way behind. So we could go from scoring no points in Australia to scoring 43 points as it currently stands. But here I am coming for my pit stop on lap 6 as they tell me to. I could have stayed longer, I could have pitted earlier. I'm not quite sure what I should have done really, but I decided to switch onto the hards when they told me, because that's the suggested option, so it's probably my best option, I thought at the time. It's an okay pit stop from the Force India boys, and we're away, and Kobayashi and my teammates passed, and I'm into 3rd place. I can see Raikkonen on my mini-map approaching me, approaching. Looks like he's trying to go round the outside, but I block him off. Raikkonen has set the fastest lap of the race, and now I'm going to have a really hard time keeping him behind me, as I am on cold tyres, he is on warm tyres. They don't have to stop again, I found this after the race, because they had switched on to the other set of dry tyres. You would have thought they'd go for intermediates if it was wet, but no, they all decided to switch on to the other compound. And now Raikkonen, of course, he's going to be in my DRS because it's lap 7. And I have very little straight line speed. The AIs have phenomenal straight line speed. I've always had this. I'm not quite sure how they have such good straight line speed. But here he comes with the DRS. He's going to come right down my outside. It looks like I can't get back at him, and it looks like I've lost the place. But I do amazing braking, and we just about not collide. And I make the place. As Perez sets the fastest lap of the race, the Sauber has really good pace, and I'm thinking maybe I could finish on the podium, but I have loads of fast cars behind me. As Raikkonen yet again tries to get past, it looks like he's got more of a lead this time. How am I going to outbrake him into the first corner? I do try, but it's to no avail, and he is past, and I am quite frustrated by that, as now it means that I could potentially not get a podium. I need these points because we haven't got the pace compared to the other cars. So Raikkonen is through. And now we have Vern, who I helped in the first corner, attacking me. And he can use his DRS, he's going to go flying past like Raikkonen did. I'm going to try an even more outrageous outbraking manoeuvre. Little bit of contact that I go past, and then my curves fails, which is not very good, but I still managed to peg him around here and keep 3rd place. Now he carries on attacking me in those DRS zones, but I'm not going to show you those because it's pretty boring, to be honest. But now we are on the last lap. I'm about to get my first podium in co-op. Considering I finished 21st in the first race, this is a big step up. Kamui Kobayashi wins the race for Sauber. An amazing performance from him. In 2nd place is Kimi Raikkonen, as Vern is still looking at attacking me, but he doesn't make it. My teammate, I think, finishes in 7th, so we've got 21 points from the race. A really good result for Force India. But more surprisingly than that, look who's in the points. Charles Pic and De La Rosa in the Marussia and the HRT respectively. And Fernando Alonso finishes dead last. A lot of people disappoint during that race, I would have thought, if you were to watch it. But this has been Alex Stop, and I'll see you next week for another co-op video.